of crowd control. We literally saw the Ruiners getting knocked up 3 times.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that is what I was thinking as well, because in Heaven their composition, it was just a bit too much to take into, right? Because they were just having thoughts of their own. Their whole composition did not coordinate much well. There was absolutely, I would say, yeah, they were lacking CC quite a bit. They went towards the damage part a bit more. Stepbros, on the other hand, it was really balanced out. But, well, without further ado, we're going to be coming back to the second match of this match point being for the side of Team in Heaven. Stepbros leading with 1 point. And right off the bat, 1-1 once again banned out. This time, Uranus, though, they won't be giving it out. They won't be taking it for themselves. They're just going to be banning him out.
Overall, this is going to be game number 2, and let's see how this one goes around. Of course, Peachy, what do you think? Are we going to be seeing a first pick Roger again?
First pick, Roger. He may be into the hands of In Heaven, but again, as I have already mentioned, In Heaven loves to play around the comfort hero, and I haven't seen a Roger being a comfort into the hands of Spid. This time around, maybe something of a new hero could be there, or even a Granger once again could work very well for him. He just needs the space to carry the whole game, and I know he can do it. But Stepbros, though, Uranus out, Fanny out, you're talking about 1-1 as well. The next would be a Florian or probably the Matilda.
Florian, Matilda. Overall, I think okay, we haven't seen supports recently that much, right? I mean, yeah, they have kind of been nerfed. Rafaela is the strongest right now. She's basically the Gojo Satoru. No, she's not Gojo Satoru. What is a character that revives? I don't exactly know a character that revives in fiction. I mean, I might know, but I'm not able to recall it right now at this point. But overall, I feel like the Phobius was. I feel like I want to see a Phobius coming in from the hands of Stepbros, and I also would love to see a Kadita or a Lilia, especially considering the Kadita's main weakness of her ultimate being interrupted by a lot of skills has been removed. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of players are kind of out of touch with Kadita as well. I've noticed a few players trying the Kadita, but their combos are a slight miss. Need a little bit of practice, that's for sure. But it's okay. The season has just begun. The patch just dropped a few days ago, and it's all fine. This time around, though, they ban out the Kufra. Does that mean they in Heaven want to go for another assassin? I would not honestly recommend that.
Hayabusa.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about the Hayabusa too, because Joy, I don't think she's going to be working out anymore. Best bet is to go for the Hayabusa out there. But then again, in this meta, I feel like going for a utility jungle or a fighter jungle is much more better. But then again, first pick Badang already. Flex pick coming in from the side of Team in Heaven this time. They have the CC, they have quite the initiator up there. Unlike last time, unlike the previous match, which is, in a sense, a bit of an upgrade.
Crazy.
I just think, yes. Peachy, go ahead, don't worry.
Why
We have
Florian? Why? I still don't understand. Didn't she receive a nerf?
I think they're just banning it out, so she can't be pretty in the Land of Dawn. I think
my hero. That, I mean, come on.
there's another one. There's another one. You should be happy. It's your Bethilda. Bethilda makes an appearance overall. I think they just ban out the Florin to pick up the Mathilda for themselves. But honestly, it could have went south if In Heaven picked it up. So I honestly want to criticize a little bit. Why didn't In Heaven pick up the Mathilda then? Like, there's a healer ban. It's pretty obvious that Stepbros doesn't want you to take the healer or shielder. But they went in for the Badang again. They are, again, kind of making the mistake and biting into the bait of Stepbros right now, and I'm not the biggest fan of it, but hey, let's just wait out and see. It is possible that they could go for Rafaela right now because she is open.
Okay. I like that, Rafael is still open for them, but for I don't think it could work very well into the hands of team in heaven, given the fact that they are known to pick something of a one-man pick-off. This time around, I'm placing my bets on the Badang being a Rome Badang.
Oh, yeah, certainly. It could be the case, or they might just pull up something, some other CC tank. But as of now, Fredrine comes as an answer for the Hayabusa, which is quite good. They already have the mobility from the Matilda, and with that Fredrine, he would be able to tank all the Ogi Shadow kill shots coming in from our Hayabusa. Given that the Kufra is onto the ban this time, though. Selena getting banned out. Quite interesting pick, and already the marksman pre-selected.
Man, come on! I want to see Neko's Queen playing up a Farsa. I mean, Selena, my bad. Oh my god, I'm looking at Farsa and I'm like, Farsa. Yeah, Farsa is there definitely for Neko's Queen, but let's see the Yuzhong out of the way this time around. The back laners, somewhere around some heroes that could jump into the back lanes are out of the position. In heaven, the pressure is on onto them.
Absolutely. And in heaven, feeling the pressure is the fact that they have picked up the Hayabusa. This is the thing. When you start to play into the minds of your opposing team, that's when you get into the defensive spot. But they do have one good response, and that is a Moskov, which can work out extremely well considering he scales off late game very well. And that is what you do. When you get into the defensive position, you need to make sure you have a late game insurance, as Moskov does provide that. But they also need to provide insurance to the Moskov. They need to make sure that he is well protected and he has a zone to dish out the damage. They need right now 2 targets that can provide crowd control as well as provide some semblance of pushback or CC. I mean, not just pushback. I mean, I am meaning crowd control, but also pushback. They need to make sure Moskov doesn't get too close to the opposing team's Fredrin, because once you're close to the Fredrin, you kind of get stuck in the chain CC of his taunt, the knock up, and obviously the bonk comes in and you get slashed in half. So you want to avoid that, because look at the abundance of CC that's again coming in from Stepbros. In heaven needs to respawn right now with proper picks, or they're gonna get stuck. Obviously, they can't go for Arlot, they can't go for Eunice, they can't go for Yuzhong. Edith could be a viable one, but that is not exactly something that I would choose for a tank. So maybe it's time to go for the good old reliable back to something beefy like a Tigreal or a Hylos. But even then, that's risky.
Glue is still there, but well, talking about beefy, Gadot Kacha is gonna be their answer for this one, but followed by a Kimi in the mid lane up as well. I do like the phobias picked out by the side of Team Stepbros. They have a lot of CC because of the Fredrin and the phobias up all together, and you got Matilda to escape as well. But oh well, last pick would be the Nathan going up against Team Moskov out here, Peachy.
Kimmy onto the mid lane, Nathan coming onto the Land of Dawn, finally right here at the Mythic Showdown season number 1. But I'm more interested to see the Fredrin though. A very dazzling combo definitely coming in from the Matilda as well as this Fredrin. But late game in heavens, they do have a lot of potential to get away with a lot of damage. But Stepbros are no less. They did cover it up, and Phobius finally into the hands of Dark.
Yeah, this is what I was waiting for. But funny enough, Nathan's buff is so minimal, but let's talk about it later on, because, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Land of Dawn as we dive into the game number 2 between Team Stepbros and In Heaven. Stepbros already leading with 1 pointer, and In Heaven closer to elimination from the Swiss stages from Mythic Showdown Season 1. Onto the casting desk, myself, Peachy. I'm myself, Ray, and joining me is Peachy. I swapped the things around a little bit, but of course, it's okay. Peachy, hello. Nice to see you. I mean, you are obviously with me. What am I even talking about? I'm a little excited. The thing I wanted to mention, Nathan's buff is just 1 second reduction in the late game. I'm not sure how is that a buff. Like 1 second?
No, that doesn't matter much though.
Yeah, it's like they just wanted to give him the seal, like, oh, you're buffed. What? 1 second. But yeah, overall we're seeing the game, and a little bit of engages poking overall, we'll probably see some action in the turtle fight.
That's true. Let's see first blood where it will be going, maybe into the hands of Stepbros or in Heavens, because both of the teams do have the potential to take it away into their hands. Now, we were talking about yesterday as well, day before yesterday when we were casting together, how the Gatot and the Hylos combo is already out of the way. But the Gatot is back for in Heavens. They still have to transition towards the new meta. So let's see this game around if they are able to keep up with the pressure. Look at that.
Both of these mages have like same amount of poking because Kimi has more range actively because of course she's a marksman, and Farsa gets more range when she uses her ultimate. But Farsa's burst is much stronger, so that is something that they need to watch out for. But this time around they do have one good response, and that is Nino Kun on the Gatot Kacha. Gatot will easily be able to nullify if the Farsa decides to go ham on her ultimate, but Farsa does have the flicker as well. Maybe that would come in clutch, but there is an engage coming in, Peachy.
Let's see. Into the backlines, Nino Kumar is actually getting zoned out, but Neko's Queen so comfortable, trying to make sure Greg would be the one, but Uji Shadow Kill forced out. That was the turtle going down into the hands of Stepbros, first blood. That would be the dark, double kill, picked up, trying to go in for triple. Will they be successful though? The cure out of the way, safe, trying to go back, find a spot.
0-4-3 score. Stepbros again leads the game with the early bit. At least Moskov will be able to go for that split put game this time around, and this could be their strength, their key. But there's one thing. Spit needs to watch out for the rotations that could be coming in. Just like that. Look at the bottom lane. He was almost caught if it wasn't for the flicker, but a 120-second cooldown. He needs to play it safe for the next 2 minutes, or else he's gonna get toasted by, of course, the bird itself.
Let's see. This time around, Stepbros with the early snowball onto their hands. You're not talking about how the Fredrin is getting killed, but the EXP Lena, which is matters. Dark, he's already proactive. He's coming around the map, making sure the team will be having enough support. Look at his position, even right now. They are, coming up with the positioning. But wait a minute, I do smell something going on. They caught on.
They immediately head on, but into the bottom lane, Moskov doing his best, but this is what I was talking about. Doesn't have the flicker right now, and Dark will be taking him down, making him the prey, and that guided winds makes him sure that he doesn't fall prey into the knockup from the Gatot Kacha. And this is the thing, when you waste your resources into the early engages, you get kind of stuck. Q also will have to use the flicker, and knowing that the Farsa also wanted to go in a little bit, but of course, she's smart, she's not gonna waste that many resources. They know for the next 2 minutes, the Kimi is also vulnerable.
Oh, Kimi this time around onto the middle lane does have some potential, but needs items, especially they need at least two items to give out the damage. Turtle being up, but the teams are having a push and pull, but Stepbros having the eyes on, and that is going to be a turtle into the hands of Stepbros. Hayabusa getting zoned out quite easily, and especially by Neko's Queen. Crazy. Onto the other hand, Finn comes in with a setup, but the damage transfer from In Heaven is just very, very less.
I would have honestly preferred the Barang into the XP lane. I just want this guy on the XP lane, but just as I speak, he almost got smothered on the bottom lane. But yeah, okay, they want to go in for an engage. Hayabusa dishes out the damage, but he is feeling the nerf because he's not able to, doesn't have enough farm, doesn't have the buff either, cannot dish out enough damage to take him down. Right now, Dark just dishing out the damage, sustaining himself against Nino-kun. And he's also pushed back by the Moskov. He's like, thank you, and he survives it. And this is a full 5-man wipeout. Hayabusa also respawns because it's only been 5 minutes, but Stepbros are playing this game like it's already 12.
5 minutes into the game, it doesn't feel like 0 for 10. That's crazy. But ASAP though, trying to go in for the taunt and into the turret. Inside the turret. That is just crazy.
Absolutely, they're just really dominating this game around, and this is honestly. It has to be. Just as I speak, Finn gets finished immediately by the Nathan's burst potential that's coming in. Not burst, sorry, it's DPS because after all, he's shooting things. I sometimes get mixed up. But overall, Stepbros are leading it with a staggering 7,000 goal lead.
Holy shit, what a game coming in for GRG, though he's already zoned out so much that he's not able to take his own. Desert coming in from the Matilda, pops out of the way, but no, he will be taken now. That will be the Moscow with the kill. Onto the other hand, ASAP trying to make sure he is stacking up. Does have the stack though, losing it out. Wait a minute, he's a little bit out of the turret, making sure that he won't be getting in, but GRG, wait a minute, no, he gets the taunt over, and Neko's Queen with the finishing touch takes it over.
This has honestly been a very fast-paced game, and if it wasn't for the fact that Turrets have defense, dark escapes that narrow is almost narrow. It was a narrow one. He almost got sucked into it. But overall, Stepbros basically have this game in their hands and they're leading it. And this honestly looks like it will finish soon, unless there's a chance that the side of In Heaven can switch things around. But what are the chances? Because Stepbros is playing with a lot of discipline. They are making sure to have the preventive measures, and look at ASAP. He wants to go for a target. He wants to go for that bonk. He's looking hungry to take someone down. Kimi better watch out. But the side of In Heaven also retreat.
1 for 15. It's just the mid game you're talking about, how Stepbros are able to take so much from the map as well. Look at the turrets. The tier 3 turrets are normal standing over. The revitalize coming in for Nino Kun will be helping him to making sure that he will be surviving. But the passes is something that they need to make sure they will be having it up. But no, middle lane off, top lane passive is also off, I believe, and bot lane is just standing over. That's going to be a crazy game for side of In Heaven. They'll have to pray to every god as of now if they have to push it to game number 3.
Yeah, they have to. Like, if they want to push this, there are very low chances. The only way they possibly can is a Moskov, which
Yeah.
kind of gets countered out by the Nathan, because Nathan can just spin the wind of nature. Moskov can build Rose Gold as well, yes, but the Rose Gold can be baited out by the Farsa first. Or even someone else, like the Fredrin, because of course Rose Gold gets activated when you get bursted, right? And the Fredrin right now is level 12, while the Moscow still sits at level 9, and there's an engage coming in. It's a lot of damage, but Nino Kun will retreat with the AOG.
5 of the members already there into the middle lane. They are trying to push in. That will be the ASAP goes in with a taunt, but he is 50% of his HP. Finn though catches 2 in his walls, but wait a minute, Finn will be the one who would be taken out. GRG looking quite low. Double kill picked up by the Nathan, trying to go in for ASAP though. Will he be able to get a move out now? Taunted there. Kyo picks up the kill. Triple kill for this Nathan. Look at him, he's able to pop his ultimate just in the blink of eye. But wait a minute, he will be able to get out.
Of course he's able to do so, because right now they're leading with so much gold. It is absolutely insane. 12,000 gold lead under 10 minutes. That is absolutely diabolical right now. The Nathan is just going ham and solo, almost taking down Finn again and again, because he's just not having the best of his time right now. Being the frontliner as Badang, it's not the best option to being in. This is why I really wanted the Gapok to be the roamer and the Badang to be the XP lane, because that's what they are, right? The fighter and the NXP. Roamer, sorry. Tank, yeah, fighter and tank. But they didn't go for it. I feel like they could have went in and it would have been a little bit better, considering the Badang also has been slightly adjusted. But overall, the draft, as well as of course, the Stepbros over-aggressive playstyle is something that In Heaven is just not prepared to face this time around.
My, what a game coming in for the side of Team Stepbros. Absolutely dominating now that the pressure is getting towards In Heaven. There's no inhibitor at the mid, at the top lane as well. They'll have to make sure anyhow. Are they ready to accept a defeat? Because Team In Heaven, they did have inconsistent performance in the last round as well. They were the ones who forfeited. Now this time around as well, let's see if this is going to be a clean sweep or not.
a very possible contending one, because we do see the bonk coming in from ASAP Kelly. Immediately smothers the only hope standing, which was the Spit, the goal laner. And right now the responsibility falls into Kimi, and Dark immediately goes in with the flank and boom and takes him down. And right now the only one standing is gonna be the Badang. The Hayabusa does respawn at the nick of second, but what's it gonna matter when you're immediately gonna get taken down as well? And the side of Team in Heaven, we'll have to say goodbye to them, as they're gonna be eliminated from the competition. And Stepbros, they still stay strong, and they're still gonna see the sun rise up, as they're still in the Swiss stages, fighting for the 3-pointers to get into the knockout stages amongst other teams.
And Zero, welcome back.
Glad to be back again.